How many times have you schlepped your pretty little ass out to somebody's house, did your little tap dance, told them how amazing you were, showed them a bunch of pictures of your work, blah, 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 for them just to go, you're too expensive. This is a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of their time, and today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm going to show you one thing that will ensure you always set yourself up for success in the sales process before you go out and see them. I made a bold claim at the top of this thing that if you implement this thing that I'm going to teach you today, you're never going to waste time with the wrong people again. That's a pretty bold claim, but I stand behind that. I stand by that because I've seen it happen hundreds and hundreds of times in the contractor fight in our programs. And guys, this tactic that I'm going to talk about here today is simply called bracketing. Bracketing is a technique to get the budget from the prospect 100% of the time before you go out and spend time meeting with them, typing up a proposal, following up, all those other things. So bracketing, I'm telling you right now, if you don't learn anything from Contractor Fight TV, if you learn how to bracket with the right spirit behind it and the right tonality, 100% of the time you will make more money and you will avoid wasting time with the wrong people. All right, so first I want to talk about budget and why we do this, because the whole point of this bracketing is to get their budget. See, if you come out right now and just go, hey client, what's your budget? They're going to put their defenses up and they're going to go, fuck you, I'm going to tell you a lie because I don't want to be taken advantage of as a prospect. Okay, we all do it. You walk into a store and they go, you know, hey, can I help you today? And you're like, no, you can't help me, even though I have a wad of money in my pocket and I want to go buy the thing I'm in the store for. I don't want to be taken advantage by a salesperson. So it's the same concept. Guys, there's two different perspectives on this budget thing that we have to get through our head. Number one is the client's perspective. It's all about self-preservation. They're afraid to get taken advantage of. And then on your side, as the contractor, the perspective on the budget is, I don't want to waste time with somebody that's not going to be a good fit for me and my business because it takes a lot of time to pull shit together sometimes, get pricing and this and that, and you spend a lot of time and energy and money just on somebody who's never going to be a good fit for your business, okay? So budget is super important to get on the same page with. But like I said before, if you just come out and say, what's your budget? They're going to lie to you. It happens all the time. So wouldn't it be great if you got their budget before you ever spent a lot of time on them? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And this bracketing thing is really the truth serum. I found it to be the truth serum for hundreds of contractors like you that are implementing this. Okay, so I just want to give you a couple examples of how this works and why it works. See, bracketing works first and foremost because you are taking control of the budget conversation by giving them control. Okay, you're giving them control, but the way you do it is very unique. And if you do it properly, they're going to feel like they're in control the whole time and their guard's going to come down because it's less threatening. And bracketing also works because it forces a choice. Okay, now let me be clear here. We're not talking about teaching you some Jedi mind trick, okay, to take advantage of people. But what I am teaching you to do is to protect your time, quit stealing time and money from your family and the things that you need to do in your life, and only give your time to the best prospects. That's at the heart of this whole getting somebody's budget. We're not trying to get their budget so that we can, go, ha ha ha, I'm going to take advantage of you. That's not where we're coming from. Here's how bracketing works. You're going to give a high number, and then you're going to give a low number. That's the bracket. And I personally go the high number first because it's an anchor number. It's way the hell up there. It's like when you go into a store and it says $999 and there's a slash through it and then it has the other price, they set the anchor with the $999. Okay, so mentally they're like, whoa, that's expensive, and then woo, look at the deal I'm getting. Okay, but we're not playing that game here because contracting is much different than selling widgets or TVs or whatever in a store. Contracting, there's so many different variables, and you as a contractor have to know where to take this project, what makes sense for them. Because unfortunately, most of our prospects are hopping on shit like HGTV, and they're showing them how they paint a fucking room in 40 minutes for 38 bucks. Okay? Doesn't happen that way. Or you hop on Angie's List and they have an article there about here's 18,000 things you need to make sure that your contractor knows, and this is how much this job should cost. Okay? Which is ridiculous that these third-party sources and not the contractors are telling the world what shit should cost. So your prospects are coming to you with many times unrealistic expectations of what things really cost to get done. Within that high and low number, you want to give two numbers. So on the high, it might be $15,000 to $17,000. On the low, it might be $6,000 to $7,000. Because there are variables and you don't want to lock yourself in. If you go, yeah, on the high end it's 18, but then you go out there or you get into an unforeseen condition and now it's going to be more than 18, now you're a liar. Okay, now you're taking advantage of them and things like that. The high number is to paint a crazy picture of what they could have. The low number is like, hey, the basic picture of what this could take. So guys, I'm going to give you a couple examples here of what bracketing might sound like for a kitchen remodel and a quick paint job, okay? And then I'm gonna share with you what I believe is the magic question that will always work in your favor to get the budget if you position this properly. Before I get into these examples though, I wanna give you the benefits of bracketing here. There's a few benefits that are important for you guys to know. Number one, you're gonna spend less time running around. That's huge. Time's our greatest asset, our greatest resource for us. Okay, you don't want to be running around too much. You're going to spend less time typing up bids that go nowhere when you bracket. You're not going to spend any more time on what we call in our sales academy, Hope Island. Like you go out there, yeah, they really liked me. I really feel good about this one, and then they disappear on you. Okay, that's Hope Island. You're chasing unicorns. Another byproduct of bracketing is your average job size is going to go up. And I can cover that in another training. And then finally, you're gonna have more respect for yourself because you're taking control of the process, and your prospect is gonna have more respect for you because you're taking control of the process. I always use the example of like, you go in to get knee surgery and that damn surgeon walks in the room like a fighter pilot, doesn't he? He walks in, he goes, all right, dude, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and the night before the surgery, you can't eat this, and you gotta drink this, and you gotta this. He lays it out. He says, this is how we're gonna be successful and not have your knee messed up any more than it needs to be, okay? And that's what I'm asking for you guys right now, is to find that confidence. Walk in like you're a fighter pilot, and you know what the hell's going on. Like you're a surgeon. I know how to do this project. All right, and bracketing is one of the tools that will give you the confidence to go in with that sort of an attitude. And the cool thing is when you're confident like that, it's contagious. People want to be around confident human beings. They want to give money to confident contractors. They would much rather do that than to give it to the insecure guy who they can beat up all the time. All right, so the first example I'm going to give you is a kitchen remodel. So in our sales process in the bridge, we have 5 steps, and the budget, the money part is step 2 where we talk about bracketing. But before that, we want to know why they want to do the project and dig into the motive, and I'll cover that on another video. Once you understand what's really important to them, you transition into talking about the money. And this might sound like this. It might sound like, hey Joe, listen, I appreciate you sharing with me what you want to do with the kitchen and things like that. Are you cool if we talk about what this might cost right now? And a lot of times they'll go, wow, you can do that over the phone? And you're like, yeah, I can absolutely do that over the phone. We could come in there and we could open this kitchen up. We can raise the ceiling, give you some more, room in here. We put crazy lights and this and that. Don't get too technical. But you can paint a picture and say, man, we could blow this thing out. It would be magazine worthy. Like the local design magazines and stuff, they'd want to come and take pictures of it. It'd be the envy of the neighborhood, and something like that might be 150 to 200 grand. Or on the other side, we can come in, leave the profile as is, put in some new cabinets, new appliances, some new flooring, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And you might be looking at, 35 to 40 grand for that. So I bracketed on both ends. The holy crap, this is gonna be amazing side, and then the bare bones basic type project, okay? Then you're gonna ask the golden question. So you paint the two pictures, and then you're going to say, Joe, which conversation does it make the most sense for us to have right now? And then shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Because right now what's happening is you have given him control to share what his budget is. If the lower end of 35 to 40 is like 5 times what they thought they would have to pay because they saw something on HGTV that said it would only be $7,000 to redo your kitchen, then they're going to tell you, oh man, both of those are way out of line for us. Okay, so they're going to tell you where they fit in. Oftentimes, they'll go, yeah, that range sounds pretty good, or tell me more about the upper range. Second example I'm going to give you is a paint job. Let's say we're going to just paint a couple bedrooms. So it doesn't have to be big additions. It could be any type of project. Guys, we have window guys, HVAC guys, electricians using this, painters, remodelers, water features, doesn't matter. Shit, you can use this selling computers. If you're a computer salesman, you could use this technique. With a paint job, it might sound like this. Hey, I appreciate you calling and you want these couple rooms done, blah, blah, blah. You go through the motive and, like I said before, then you get to the money. You go, hey, is it cool if we talk about money right now? And they're gonna be like, sure. And you go, well, listen, I got 1 or 2 ways that I can approach your project. We could come in there, and since we're gonna be in there, we could skim coat the walls and make them all baby butt smooth, and we can prime everything. We could paint the ceiling, the walls, the trim, everything while we're in there. A couple accent walls. We got some crazy ideas. Maybe we do an accent wall of some cool wall coverings and this and that. And for those couple rooms, you might be looking at, I don't know, $3,000 to $4,000 to make that happen. Or, that's the top end, or we could come in and just throw a couple coats of a nice high-grade paint, change the colors just on the walls in both rooms, and you're looking at, somewhere between, $900 and $1,100. Which conversation does it make sense for us to have? And then shut your mouth. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you implement this technique of bracketing and then learn how to shut your mouth, you will be blown away by how you connect with your prospects in a way, because think of it from their point of view now. It is refreshing for them to be able to deal with somebody who's shooting them straight. They don't want you to come out and meet with them any more than you want to go out and meet with them if you're not going to be a good fit. They don't want to waste their time either. So take control of the sales process. Don't be a pussy. Talk about money. Talk about their motive. Talk about what's important to them. All right? And the more you practice this and the more you do it, you're going to see, like I said, those benefits earlier. You're going to cut way down on the time spent on the wrong people. You're going to see the right people want to do business with you, and you'll actually sell your work at higher rates because they'll respect you more. And then another cool byproduct is we refer people that we like to our friends, and we hang out with people that are like us. So if you're selling higher value to people and they're respecting you and the process and they don't have a problem with the money, who are they referring you to? People that are like them.
Thank you for watching this episode of Contractor TV. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to learn more coaching tips in the future. Also, if you want to up your sales game, text SALE to this number and we will give you more amazing tips on how to take your sales game to the next level.